Hey, YouTubers. So, I'm in the garage again. Yes, the garage. And I'm smoking. Guess what I'm smoking right now? You can probably guess. You can probably guess. I'm smoking a big ass cigar right now. The House of Keeping. Smoking this Grand Habano cigar. Nice big ass cigars. The big ass cigar for life. Yeah, smoking this Grand Habano lunch break cigar, Connecticut, Corojo number 5. Anyway, if you hear some noise off in the distance, it's just some kids playing. Just some kids playing off in the distance. So, anyway, I just had dinner. I had big ass dinner like the big ass cigar. Yep, I had for dinner, let's see, I had a burger, big ass burger. I also had some salad for dinner. Yeah, salad with lots of mozzarella cheese. I love mozzarella cheese. Big ass cheese like the big ass cigar. Anyway, the oil burner just went off. So I'm very excited for this weekend because on Sunday I'm going to my tobacco shop, Watch City Cigar. Yep, going to my tobacco shop, Watch City Cigar. I'll be smoking a couple nice big ass cigars there as the big ass cigar for life. And I'll be enjoying myself there with the tobacconist and also the people who are in the lounge smoking. Anyway, so I'll also be spending Sunday night into Monday at my parents' house. So my parents said it would be okay if I spend Sunday night into Monday at my parents' house. So I'm spending Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night at my parents' house. That's 4 nights in a row. And then I'm going to work on Monday. My father will drop me at my apartment on Monday morning around 8 o'clock or so, 8:10. Car going by. So yeah, my father will drop me at my apartment around 8:10 in the morning, and then I'll probably have to change into my work clothes and get my badge on, my vest on, and then I will, make breakfast, have coffee, and do my YouTube videos, and then I'll go to work, walk to work. So people ask me all the time, do I drive? People ask me, do you drive? Do you have a driver's license? And the answer is no, I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license. I do have a state issued ID card, but I don't drive myself. So people might say, well, hey, Smoking Essie, if you don't drive, then how the hell do you get to work? The answer is my workplace is literally a 10-minute walk from my apartment. So it's literally a 10-minute walk from my apartment. And in terms of errands, in terms of like errands and stuff like that, I have, like people who can take me, I have my counselor, nice big ass counselor, like the big ass cigar. I actually have 2 counselors, and I also have my father, my mother. My parents are still young enough, they're still young enough where they can still drive. So that will be eventually an issue, but not for the time being. So my parents are still young enough and healthy enough where they can drive. So, yeah, so I don't drive myself. I don't have a driver's license. I don't have a car. So, yeah, a lot of people ask me, like, do I drive? One person asked me a long time ago, a couple of years ago, hey, Smoking Essie, what kind of car do you drive? And the answer is I don't have a car. Yep, no interest in driving right now. No need for driving. I tried driving years ago, years and years ago. I tried driving back in like 2009, 2008, 2007. I tried driving, and it was stressful as hell. I mean, it was stressful as all holy hell. And I ended up, I had my permit at one point, my learner's permit, my driving permit, and then it just expired. I just never renewed it. So And I guess when I turned 21, I got a state issued ID card. When I was under 21, I had another type of state issued ID card. So so if I want to go in a bar and get a drink, I have a state issued ID card to get a drink, or for the tobacco, obviously, or for the lotto tickets, scratch off cards. I obviously have a valid state issued ID card. So the funny thing is, even though I have an ID card, I hardly ever use it. And you might say, well, why the hell is that? And the answer is because I hardly ever get carded anymore. I'm kind of at that age where about 80% of the time, I don't even get carded. So, and I know the dickhead trolls will say, oh, you look like you're 18, man. You look like you're 16, man. Obviously, trolls are trolls. They're bitches. They're bastards. Whatever, But, yeah, so I'll be 33 next month. So, next April, this coming April, I'll be 30, or this April, I'll be 33. So, this next month, I'll be 33. So, hardly ever get carded anymore. And part of the reason is because I go to the same places over and over again. I don't really go to any like exotic places. The typical ass liquor store in town. Not gonna say the name of it. Everyone in there knows me. Everyone there knows me. I'm one of the regular customers. So when I go in, I buy a couple of nice big ass cigars, or I occasionally buy like a 6-pack of whatever. Everybody knows me and they never card me. Um, and then in terms of like, the tobacco shop, which I go to, there's only like 2 people who work there and both people know me. So, and I never get carded. So, and like for like scratch off cards, like lottery tickets, like lotto tickets, I never get carded. I buy lottery tickets a lot of times at Roche Brothers. I buy lottery tickets a lot of times at gas stations, and I almost never get carded. There are a few times, air quote, a few times. The last time I got carded, I'm trying to think about the last time I got carded. Yeah, the last time I got carded was back in, let's see, I think it was right before I had COVID. So, yeah, right before I had COVID, back in January. Yeah, right before I got COVID, I went into a new smoke shop. Basically, a smoke shop that had just recently opened in my town. Not gonna say where I live. That's my privacy. That's my fucking privacy. And basically, the smoke shop, I went in and I said, you know what? I'll buy a Black and Mild. It's like, we just buy Black and Mild. And the guy said, like, yeah, can I see your ID? I handed my ID. He looked at it for 3 seconds. He said, yeah, you're fine. So, even if people card me nowadays, which is very rare, they don't really look at my ID that thoroughly. They look at my ID and say, yeah, you're definitely old enough. So, because what they're looking for first off, and obviously I'm not an expert, I'm not a lawyer, but what they're looking for is, number one, is it an over 21 ID card or an under 21 ID card? Because obviously tobacco and alcohol, you have to be 21 to buy. Lottery, you have to be 18 to buy. Same thing as porn. First off, if it's a under 21 ID, it's going to be a vertical ID. If it's a over 21 ID, it's going to be a horizontal ID. So, and when they see my ID says liquor ID, they immediately say, yeah, you're old enough. You're definitely old enough. That means you're obviously over 21. So, and, like once in a while, my dad and I, excuse me, I burped. My dad and I will go out to dinner. We'll go out to a restaurant. And, when I'm out to a restaurant, I actually went out to a restaurant recently, to Pizzeria Uno's. And I said, yeah, can I have Angry Orchard hard cider? And they didn't question it. Didn't even say, how old are you, whatever. And part of that is because I'm with my father, I'm with my father, and very few fathers would let their kids illegally drink. It's like, and part of it also is because I am almost 33 years old. So they obviously said, yeah, you're fine, whatever. It's like, you're fine. So let me just tap out the ash. Yeah, so I very rarely get carded these days. Very, very rarely get carded. Let me take off the bands. Yeah, really the only time I got carded is like when I go into a tobacco shop, or like a or like a or I go to a place that's like new, or like has just opened, or some place it's like somewhere far away. So like back in September 2023, I went to a tobacco shop down Cape Cod, when I was down Cape Cod for my grandmother's 90th birthday party, and I bought my dad a cigar because he wanted a cigar. He had forgotten to bring his cigars, and I bought him a cigar in the store. And the guy asked my ID again. I handed him my ID. He glanced at it for 3 seconds. He said, "Yeah, you're fine." Um, so yeah, very rarely do I get carded. Now, some stores have a check all ID policy, which means everybody shows ID, which means like Ocean State Job Lot, which is a warehouse store near my town, or in my town, they have a check all ID policy for everyone for alcohol. Same thing as Wegmans, same thing as BJ's. Not BJ's in blowjobs, not blowjobs, not fucking blowjobs, but BJ's, the warehouse store, they have a policy that everyone shows ID. Again, not BJ's as in blowjobs. Yeah, big ass blowjobs like the big ass cigar. So, yeah. So they have a policy that everyone shows ID. So, like Wegmans, for example, when I used to buy alcohol there, everyone shows ID. Period. Everyone in your party shows ID. Period. And then, Ocean State Job Lot, they have a policy that everyone shows ID. Period. There, so they don't sell cigarettes, but they do sell alcohol, and they have a policy that everyone shows ID. Period. Whether they used to have a sign that says whether you're 21 or 121, you will be carded. So. And they also have a policy that for certain products like cigarette lighters and spray paint and axes and like sharp knives, that you can't sell them to people under 18. And though for that they don't card everybody. So when you're buying a disposable lighter, for example, a Bic lighter, not a Dick lighter, like I bought this Bic lighter at Ocean State. You're supposed to be 18 to buy it. That's a store policy. That's a store policy, by the way. That's a store policy, not a state law. They didn't card me, so, but I probably look old enough. I mean, I think I look at least fucking 18. It's like, so I mean, I'm almost 33. It's like, I'll be 33 next month. But I mean, I think I look at least 18 years old. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's like, So yeah. Oh, and then there was another time I got carded, actually. This was actually kind of interesting. Car going by. There was one time I got carded, not for tobacco, not for alcohol, not for lottery, not for Bic lighter, Dick lighter, but actually for cough syrup. So I went to CVS. I mean, everyone knows CVS Pharmacy. It's like a Walgreens, like a Rite Aid, and I I was buying some Dayquil, which is like over the counter cough syrup, because that was back when we had COVID, and the woman actually asked for my ID. So because CVS has a store policy that you have to be 18 to buy cough medicine, so you have to be 18 to buy cough medicine. And Roche Brothers doesn't have that policy. Again, it's a store policy, not a state law. So some stores have that policy that for like certain medications like cough syrup, you have to be 18 years old. Roche Brothers doesn't have that policy because I remember buying ZzzQuil, which is like a sleep aid, at Roche Brothers, and they didn't have that policy. So. But the pharmacist actually asked for my ID card. Then there was one time several years ago, about 6 years ago, where I was buying some Mucinex, which is like it helps like clear the snot out of your nose, and basically they asked for my ID. I think that reason was not so much for age. It could have been for age. It could have been for age, but I think it was also because that contains a certain ingredient that can be used to manufacture drugs. Actually, I'm not sure about Mucinex. I know that certain cold medicines have that certain ingredient, that pseudoephedrine, which can be used to manufacture crystal meth. So, and that's why they keep all the stuff behind the counter, like all the cough medicine, cold medicine that has pseudoephedrine in it, for example. So, but yeah, I actually got carded for a bottle of cough medicine. So that's kind of interesting. So when you have to be, obviously you have to be 18. I assume you have to be 18 to buy cough medicine at CVS. And my dad was, buying some cough medicine and a 2-pack of cough medicine. And they asked for his date of birth, and he basically, punched in his date of birth into the machine. And the store associate said, "Yeah, you're fine." So obviously they believe, they obviously believe my father's at least 18. It's like, I mean, my father is, in his 60s. So, yeah, but I hardly ever get carded anymore. Very, very, very rarely do I get carded. I just got a notification on my phone. Got a YouTube notification. Have to reply to that comment. So yeah, I hardly ever get carded anymore. I'm getting to be a grown ass man, an old bastard. Yeah, old bastard, grown ass man. It's like, like the big ass cigar. Enjoying my big ass cigars, that big ass cigar for life. Almost 17 minutes, holy shit. Yeah, cigar's getting kind of mushy. I think we're probably gonna put it out. Yeah, nasty. Okay, have a nice day, YouTubers. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.